Introducing the experiment window. After you have defined a sequence, you can begin running an experiment. The experiment window shows a representation of the plate on the left side of the window. On the right side of the window, you will see these areas. Current state region shows the status of the auto sampler and remaining time. The details area lets you set your plate name, choose a sequence, select your blank, and make notes. Plate and schedule controls areas have all the buttons for controlling an experiment or scheduling an experiment. System controls area has the buttons to manage the data files and the emergency shutoff for the auto sampler. The buttons in the plate controls area functions as follows. Run starts the data acquisition sequence. Stop finishes the data collection on the present column and lifts the electrode array out of the well plate. The data acquisition is halted. The data can be saved or the sequence may be restarted. Pause finishes the data collection on the present column and lifts the electrode array out of the well plate. Resume restarts the data collection at the point it left off when you press the pause button. Go home. This places the electrode array in the home position away from the well plate and rinse stations. The buttons in the schedule controls area functions as follows. Run scheduled. The green button starts the first scan. The time and cycle counters become active, decrementing until they reach 0 when the measurement stops. Every time a scan finishes, the data is saved and the plate run number increments. When the scheduled operations are not being used, the counters are displayed in gray. When active, the buttons are green. Stop scheduled. The red button stops the scheduler. The current scan will continue until you press the stop button. Set cycles. Brings up a pop-up of the set number of scans to be performed according to the current sequence. Set period. Brings up a pop-up to set the length of time in between well plate scans. In the plate controls area, available options are shown in color. If an option is not available, the button will be gray. For example, at the beginning of data acquisition, the run and go home buttons will be the only valid options. The system controls area has 5 buttons as follows. Save. Saves the current data file. This option is not valid during data acquisition. Delete. Deletes the current data file. This option is not valid during data acquisition. Download. Downloads the current file. This option is not valid during data acquisition. Back. Returns you to the previous window or main page. If you press this during data acquisition, a pop-up asks if you wish to discard the collected data. Press yes to discard the data and return to the previous window, or no to all the data collection to finish normally. Stop. This emergency stop button is always active. If you press this button, the auto sampler will immediately stop, no matter where it is in a sequence. All measurement will be suspended.